Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. So I am pretty excited about this video today because I am going to be installing new rear shocks on my Harley-Davidson Road King. Those of you who are riding a touring Harley bike already know that stock shocks and even front forks are not great on these bikes. So after doing quite a bit of research, I have decided to go with Pro Action street shocks. So here's kind of some of my thoughts of why I decided to go with Pro Action. And basically, first and foremost, what I wanted to do is I wanted to lower the bike just a little bit without messing with the geometry of the bike too much. And of course, I still wanted to have a pretty decent ride. For those of you who follow my channel and have seen my Road Glide Special video before, I did install All-in shocks on it. And they were fantastic. However, All-ins only make stock ride height shocks, which are 12 inches or higher. But I wanted to go with either 11.5 or even 11. So again, after doing a bunch of research, and there are quite a few options actually out there, including using the lowering blocks and things like that, which I really did not want to do because again, there's mixed reviews for some a little bit better, and they do change the geometry of the bike a little bit as well, which again, I really did not want to do. I just wanted to maximize what, properly developed shock would do. So again, after doing quite a bit of research and reading some reviews and talking to some people, I did decide to go with Pro Action for a couple different reasons. One is they do offer a variety of street shocks, including, like I said, a range between 11.5 to 11. It's very quite a bit of adjustability there. Also, they are made in US, so that's another plus, of course. So without wasting too much time, let's take a look at the shocks and get them installed on a bike. All right, guys, so here they are, a Pro Action Street Series shocks. Very quickly, look at the side panel. As I said, they are made in US, which is, to me, is pretty important. Yeah, so let's go ahead and get this thing open. As you can see here, these are 11-inch shocks. The cool thing about this is when you talk to the guys at the Pro Action and actually get this thing ordered, they ask you a bunch of questions about your height, the riding style that you do, whether you're riding, by yourself or with a passenger, type of bags, and the weight, obviously. Based on all of that information, they will pre-configure them at the factory to your specifications. And now, and when you get them installed and you ride them, there's a bunch of adjustability that you can still do on these shocks. And obviously, if you have any questions, of course, you can reach out to them. They're super good guys. They'll walk you through everything, and that's pretty much what they did for me when I talked to them on the phone and via email. All right, so instructions, although installation is pretty straightforward. Your warranty registration card. You get your turning wrench for the actual collar itself, and then all the bushings and the hex key to tightening the shocks. But let's quickly take a look. All right, here they are. Really, really well built product, at least visually at first, because again, I have not tried them out yet. So, all right, so to adjust these things, basically you have multiple adjustments. You have your ride height and the stiffness of the shock. So basically you'll undo the hex here, bring it back up. It'll increase the travel, bring it back down. It'll decrease the travel. There's a stop, bump stop right here. Hopefully you can see it. Basically, the way they explain it to you is that you bring it all the way up, you ride with it, try to go over bumps and things like that. And then once you get home, you get off the bike, take a look where this bump stop is. If it's sort of like in the middle or a little bit lower, you can actually loosen this up and bring the shock up to soften up the ride a bit. Now, but if the bump stop is all the way down, then you actually have to tighten it up because you don't want them bottoming out. So that's basically the adjustment for this. And then, of course, there's a rebound screw here, which again, they set it at the factory. I'll leave everything the way it is right now. Ride them for a bit and see if there's any adjustments that need to be made. All right. So let's go ahead and get the bags off the bike. Remove the stock shocks. I'll compare these to the stock ones, you know, the lengthwise, of course, and just, you know, based on the looks, of course. And also, before I will do it, I'm going to jump on the bike with my riding boots just to show you what I look like on the bike with the stock shocks, where my heel is off the ground. And once I install these, I'll do the same to see if I actually see the lowering of the bike itself. All right, let's go ahead and do that. All right, guys, so this is what I look like on the bike in my riding boots. I don't ride in my shorts, so don't freak out. This is me being casual. So the way if I'm sitting just, you know, normally, same weight on both feet, I'm about close to an inch off the ground on both of my heels. If I shift the weight a little bit, I can plant it. But then again, like I said, I can only plant one foot with another foot just on my toes. I mean, it is. I'm completely fine like that. But again, the idea here is to make myself a little bit more comfortable, hopefully as close to the ground as possible without sacrificing the ride comfort. All right, so that's what it is. Let's go ahead and start to install. Alright guys, so what I did is actually I loosened these bolts up a little bit while the bike is on the ground. It's much easier. I don't want it to be rocking back and forth while it's in the air, so just loosen them up, don't take them out. Raise the bike just enough for where the wheel is, you know, almost freely spinning. Don't have to raise it too high. And that's it. So we're just going to remove the two bolts, and then I'll show you what the stock shock looks like versus the Pro Action. All right. All right, guys. So here we go. Pro Action versus the stock. As you can see, there's quite a bit of difference in pretty much everything. Look at the side of this spring versus the stock spring. Now, just visually, you can already see the height difference between the two. Okay, but let me just go ahead and measure. So the stock center to center is we have 12, and the way this one is adjusted from the factory is center 11, just a slightly more than 11, closer to like almost 11 and a quarter to 11 and a half, just about. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and get this thing installed now. Because this one is shorter, I'm actually going to have to lower the jack a little bit to compress the rear tire. Start with the top and then lower it just enough where you can get the bolt in to get into the bottom hole. Okay. Also, before I go on, I just wanted to kind of point this out as well. The kit comes with these bushings. You get 8 of them. Basically, 2 for the top, 2 for the bottom, and the same thing for the other side. The way this will work is you have your bolt and a washer. Keep it exactly as is. Then you put your bushing here. It goes in, and then you have another bushing facing. So that's basically what it's going to look like, right? So you have a contact of both bushings with the shock, and then you tighten it. Now the specs for the Harley rear shocks are 45 to 50 foot-pounds. So just so you know. Okay, let's go ahead and get this installed. Alright guys, the shocks are installed, pretty straightforward, very simple install. Just one quick note, I could not install them one at a time. I had to actually take both shocks, both stock shocks off because these are shorter and the other side shock would not compress enough to get the bolt in. I actually had to raise the bike up, get both of them off, and then one at a time basically just installed the new Pro Action shocks. All right, so moment of truth. Let me put my boots on and get on the bike and see how it sits now. All right guys, so here we go. Basically, this bike is definitely lowered. Now, if I sort of kind of like in a stand-up position, my both feet are planted, which is exactly what I was looking for. Now, in a more relaxed, typical riding, I basically have one foot down and the second heel probably only about half an inch off the ground, which is completely fine. Yeah, I did not want to lower the bike too much. I did not want to compromise the ride quality. So for me, this is perfect. I'm gonna ride these for a little bit. I'm gonna check the bump stop location. If it doesn't bottom out, I'm actually gonna loosen it up a little bit, soften them up a little, and I would assume this actually would lower me maybe another quarter inch or so. I won't know that until I ride it, of course, but yeah, for now, as it sits right now, I'm actually pretty happy. Alright guys, so that was a quick and easy install of a Pro Action straight shocks on my Harley-Davidson Road King Special. Final thoughts before I wrap up this video. From a quality standpoint, I can only tell you visually right now because I did not take them on the road, which I'm going to do as soon as I'm done with this video and report back after. The quality looks really nice. The craftsmanship on the shocks. They went on the bike very easily without any issues whatsoever, as you saw. That's why the video is very short. Again, the instructions are very straightforward. There's nothing, crazy about it. I am looking forward to testing them out on the road and see if there's any additional adjustments that need to be done on them. But based on what I was looking for as far as the right height lowering, it did its job. I'm sure they need to still break in. As far as the quality, longevity, again, time will tell. So again, if there's any issues or or anything for that matter, I'm gonna do another video in a little while and report on that. But so far, I'm pretty happy with the purchase. Looking forward to getting on the road. One quick note before I wrap up this video. I did install a couple of things without doing the video because they were very simple installs, and I just did not want to waste my time or anyone else's for that matter with these little pieces, but they do complement the bike quite nicely, so let me go ahead and quickly show you what they are. Here we go. One thing that I installed were these heat deflectors, and yeah, they actually do their job. I mean, it's still kind of summer. So there are hot days, and I've ridden with them, and interestingly enough, they do enough to deflect the hot air from my thighs, especially on these high 80, 90 days of summer. Second thing that I installed was this chin spoiler. If you, well, for those who don't have it installed, you know that this basically, the stock spoiler ends right around here. It doesn't have as much of a swoop. It doesn't have this mesh. So it's sort of like a duck beak that adds this, you know, nice little look to it. It matches the paint on the bike, of course, just like the heat deflector. So I think it adds this little extra something to the bike. So that will do it for today. As always, if you liked the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys soon. Take care.